Rodgers' side. They've already won their first 3 games. 2-1 at Tynecastle against Hearts, 4-2 against St Johnstone at McDermott Park, and of course that 4-1 victory against the nearest challengers, Aberdeen, just a couple of weeks ago. So certainly plenty of goals in this Celtic team, so 10 goals in 3 games. So we're hoping for more of the same today.
Yeah, you would think that, as I say, being here at Celtic Park with the advantage of having the crowd behind them, we'll get magnificent support from the fans in the stands, and they will sort of hopefully roll us on to victory. But certainly in the manner that we have been playing, it's been attractive football. We've been doing ever so well, we've been very creative, and we've been taking quite a high percentage of our opportunities so far. So that certainly fills us full of confidence in this game here at Celtic Park.
So Willie Collum, the referee for this Glasgow derby, Scott Brown leading Celtic out. Lee Wallace, the captain for the visitors this afternoon. Celtic in the green and white hoops. Doris de Vries making his second appearance for Celtic. And Scott Brown, of course, a veteran of almost 10 years at Celtic, so he will certainly have experience in the midfield. Of course, we also have the experience of Colo Touré at the back as well, which I mean he's so used to playing derbies. North London derby, the Manchester derby, the Merseyside derby, and Brendan Rodgers will be looking for him to keep a sort of level head at the back.
Well, certainly, as you say, if he's experienced those derbies before, you know, this is a different level in terms of the noise that will be in the stadium today. As you say, you're looking for experience. I think where we've lost that semi-final last year was that our midfield was getting dominated, so it's a big responsibility with Scott Brown, Neil Baton and Tom Roderick, the 3 of those guys in that central area, that we go and try and dominate the game today in there.
Well, the strains of You'll Never Walk Alone echo round Celtic Park, and we shall maybe just let you hear that song and see the sights of all those green and white scarves raised aloft. Celtic Park is ready, the Celtic family tuning in on Celtic TV around the world are ready. We are just about set to go, and the game underway here at the home of the champions, and immediately the ball back deep in the opposition half. Senderos, the former Arsenal player, making his debut this afternoon. Celtic get the first touch of the ball with Scott Brown, switches it back into the centre of the park where Eric Sviatchenko moves into the centre circle. Tierney immediately on the overlap. The ball back with the Den. Of course, he's only scored 1 goal in Celtic colours, and it was last season at Hampden against today's opposition. Certainly he would like another goal this afternoon. He's over the halfway line. Tierney down the left hand side. It's back to Beaton, just over the halfway line. Bits out wide. Brown's inside, Sviatchenko looks to switch it over to the right hand side towards James Forrest. James Forrest brings the ball down up against Lee Wallace, into the box, just to Rogic. Rogic has a chance, it's a sliding tackle. Kiernan gets the ball, and it's Rangers bring the ball clear up towards the halfway line, over the halfway line. Wallace on the overlap, ahead of him Garner, and number 7, the ball back now with Windass. He's forced to play it back into his own half.
I think you can see early the intent of some of the players being able to close down the Rangers opposition. They managed to get the ball back. There's a bad pass from Wallace, which allowed Tom Roderick almost to get on the end of that pass in from James Forrest. So the certainly look was started better than that semi-final last season.
Sharp knocks that one through to Wallace. Is quite far forward, he's on the halfway line, then takes a touch, knocks it out wide to Mackay down that left hand side, having to skip past a couple of beach balls as well. Shrugs off James Forrest, he's dispossessed by Rogic, who just shrugs off the Rangers player. Cranchard tries to dispossess the Australian, the ball battling in the midfield, it's Beaton, breaks back to Touré, who stabs it forward looking for Forrest down this right hand side, and Kiernan happy just to knock that ball into
certainly a big key moments in there, Paul. A little bit of battling, both teams not giving an inch there to finally Balotelli trying to release James Forrest, use his pace, but unfortunately just a little bit too heavy, and that allowed Tiernan to come and clear it.
Celtic fans in fine voice as the ball's thrown back to the halfway line. It's Kolo Touré, knocks it back to Beaton down the right hand side, back again to Ivorian. So much experience of almost 20 years of top class football. He plays it to Rogic down the right hand side. He stabs it out wide again to Forrest. Forrest up against Wallace, dances past him, checks his run, he's on his left foot, curls it into the box, looking for chance for Dembele. Dembele just crowded out there by too many blue shots, but good play again down the right hand side. James Forrest is finding a bit of space down that flank, Tom.
Yeah, that was a lovely pass from James into the feet of Dembele, but just, as you say, crowded out the two centre-backs that Rangers have in there. It's, I think we're obviously trying to get the ball out to James as often as we possibly can and try and use that pace, that trickery that he's shown. Certainly started well.
Brown on the halfway line, knocks it across to Touré. He's got Lustig. Lustig takes a touch. In action for Sweden against Holland during the week. Finished one each in Stockholm, and it's Rogic again on the ball. Holds off his man, he's been held back. Shrugs off the attention of Kranjgar, gives it to Forrest again. Forrest into the box. It's cleared by Kiernan again. Mackay pulls that long down. He's under pressure from Lustig. Three Celtic players round him. Celtic win the ball back. It's back to Forrest. Forrest curls it across, looking for Sinclair. It's missed by Sinclair, missed by Dembele. Miller's back. He's under pressure from Kieran Tierney, and eventually it's Tavernier. It knocks it down the line, back inside to Miller. He stands in the ball. Kieran Tierney holds off the attention to the former Celtic player, knocks it across, and surely a late challenge there. Referee waves play on.
Well, I certainly think that should have been called as a foul. Barton coming in late, absolutely no chance of getting the ball. Kieran putting in a decent effort into the box, but whether they didn't see that one, I wish they couldn't give it.
Beaton closing down Wallace, and it's a throw in almost at the corner flag, the corner between the main stand and the Lisbon Lions stand. So the Rangers captain about to take this throw in.
We've certainly started on the front foot, haven't we? We've got good possession, we're certainly getting good control, and not any opportunities yet, but we're certainly having lots of domination in the attacking sense, and just hopefully it's a matter of time before we eventually get a clear-cut opportunity.
Again, back to Wallace, to Kiernan on his right foot, knocks it high over the halfway line, and Tierney's got plenty of time to see this one, and he'll knock it back to the Celtic goalkeeper. Gets his first touch, only his second game in Celtic colours. He's got options to his right. Brown comes deep, and the Dutchman knocks it out wide to Sviatchenko. He's immediately closed down, but plays it back to De Vries again inside his own area. He knocks it across, looking to Lustig on the halfway line. Lustig rises, plays it forward, and Dembele challenges Kiernan. He's had plenty of the ball, the central defender in these early stages, the number 4. It's Kolo Touré up against Garner.
A lot of the time he's probably just picking the right areas, but he's just clearing the ball, and it just shows you where, the domination that Celtic have, and that he's probably had touched the ball more than anybody else in the game.
Ball gets dispossessed there by Lindas. He's through the middle, the number 11. Knocks it to Tavernier. Miller's behind him, cuts inside, plays it back to Barton in the halfway line. He switches it to the left hand side, but Lustig read that one well and just nods it down to James Forrest inside to near Beaton. Celtic certainly enjoying the bulk of the possession in this first 5 minutes or so. Sinclair gets his first touch down the left hand side. Sinclair, he's got pace, he's scored 3 goals in 3 league games, cuts inside, there's a chance to shoot. Sinclair, and it's a header clear there. It was a good header clear in the end from Kiernan. You can see the danger Sinclair will pose at Celtic, still keeping up the pressure. It's Lustig, edge of the box, curls it into the area, looking for Dembele. It's not clear again, and Rob Kiernan seems to be the man that's standing between Rangers and conceding a goal so far.
Yeah, we can see that Scott Sinclair certainly will have Tavernier in toast. Just ghosted by him, and unfortunately shot an attempt at goal. I think would have caused a lot of problems for the goalkeeper, and so we can certainly hope to get the ball to the white men who seem to be causing quite a number of problems for the defence.
Ball play forward towards Dembele, chests it down looking for Rogic. Rogic up against Barton. Certainly Barton handled it, but it breaks to Forrest down the right hand side. Forrest edge of the box again, dances over the ball, he's into the area. It's still James Forrest, plays it back to Rogic on his left foot, takes a shot. It's blocked there by Wallace. It's another chance for Rogic, and it's just wide of the left hand post. Goal kick, but good play from Celtic.
Well, I think we should, as I say, just a couple of minutes earlier, can I get the ball to the wide men? James Forrest has also got Lee Wallace on toast. and beating them at every opportunity as he drives another one. Foul to Tom Rogic, but unfortunately couldn't finish.
Windass fouled and Beaton booked for the first foul of the game. Well, it'll be interesting to see whether Willie Collum shows a level of consistency there with the yellow cards.
Well, the only thing I can say is that I thought Barton was very lucky not to have received a booking or a yellow card with the challenge he had in Kieran that came in late. I don't think there have any complaints about that decision. I don't think needed to make the challenge. I think he'd just overhit the ball when Carlo Tura was going to come in and clear it, but I think maybe Neil Bitting thought maybe just relieve the pressure a little bit on that counter-attack.
Kranjčar over the ball at the moment, just knocks it to Barton, gets the return, the two former Queen's Park Rangers teammates. Kranjčar again, he's dispossessed by Brown, back to Forrest. Forrest tries to knock it through, but it breaks to Barry Mackay, flicks it inside to Kranjčar. Kranjčar floats it to the far side, it's headed clear by Sviatchenko over towards Sinclair. He's immediately challenged by Tavernier. Knocked inside to Barton. He's under pressure from Beaton, plays it across into his own half, and it's Wallace who'll knock it back to Kiernan. Kiernan forward to Mackay. Inside, but it's Brown who intercepts that ball, gives it to Rogic. Rogic is dispossessed by Mackay. Back now to Kranjčar. Inside to Barton, still in his own half. He's got a chance to play it across over the halfway line, down the right hand side in front of the North Stand. Almost 9 minutes gone here at Celtic Park. It's Kenny Miller in possession. He's under pressure from Tierney. It's back into the centre circle. Well, Kiernan, the Irishman, over the halfway line, knocks it forward, looking for Mackay. Heads it into the box, and it's Wallace. Takes a shot and is blocked by James Forrest. It's a corner kick. Good tracking back from Forrest, but a set piece opportunity for the visitors.
Yeah, he certainly has to do that, James. I have to do that quite a lot. We know that Wallace loves to bomb forward at every opportunity, but James managed to snuffle out that attempted cross. So that's great responsibility from James, and you have to do that as well as doing the attacking sense. He needs to get back and help out, and he did that effectively there.
Kranjčar, the Croatian, is going to deliver this one into the Celtic penalty area, so the first set piece opportunity for the visitors. Celtic with everyone bar Sinclair and Forrest back defending. Kranjčar with an insole of his right foot, fires it to the far post. It's headed back into the area and behind and away for the net, and it's a goal kick to Celtic. Almost 10 minutes gone, still goalless here in the Glasgow derby.
Yeah, just a little question there in terms of how Kieran got that amount of space at the back area. I'm not sure who was supposed to mark. I think Scott Brown and Michael Lustig were talking to each other. So hopefully they don't get too many opportunities like that from set pieces.
Goal kick to Celtic. Doris de Vries fires that one high over the halfway line. Dembele challenges, comes off his head, spins into the centre circle, brought down by Rogic. He holds off his man, spins round. Good play from Rogic again. Skips past Kranjčar. Well, that's as much a yellow card as Beaton as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there, Paul. That certainly is every bit as deliberate as what Neil Bitton done. But showing inconsistency this early on as Willie Collum. There was no attempt to play the ball, and he clipped the heels of Tom Rogic, who was threatening to set up an attack. So I think that would have been a comparable yellow.
Sinclair with the free kick opportunity. Turi's pushed forward, Sviatchenko's pushed forward, Beaton's stepped into the area. He's in an offside position at the moment, but he'll move back towards the 18-yard line as Sinclair floats it to the far side, looking for Sviatchenko. It's Senderos's head, and it's brought down by Tavernier down the right-hand side. He moves forward. There's no one over the halfway line as an option, but it's still back heels it now to Windass on the right touchline, knocks it inside. Kranjčar's in the centre circle, but it's knocked across to Kiernan. Out to Wallace in front of the away dugout. Back again to Kiernan, who'll switch it across to Philippe Senderos, former teammate of Kolo Touré at Arsenal. Swiss defender switches it across to Kiernan. Brings the ball forward, knocks it out wide to Mackay. Mackay up against Forrest. Ball across the halfway line. Kranjčar wins the challenge.
That's what you want Rangers to have the ball, certainly in the back area, and hopefully press them and close them down and get the ball and work it as we're trying to close quickly. But if they're back there, they certainly not be threatening us our goal, which has certainly not been the case so far.
There's two men on the left hand side, but switched across to Kranjčar. He knocks it out wide to the left now towards Mackay. Wallace again and into the box, is played forward to the Rangers captain. This time it's Sviatchenko intercepts, and Wallace penalised for the foul. Good defensive play there from Sviatchenko. Interesting, that's a few times that Lee Wallace was effectively the left back, but he's playing forward almost like an inside left.
Well, Lee, I think he's more better position would be as a left wing back rather than a left back, because for me he certainly isn't the best of defenders, as we've seen so far in this game. So with James has turned him inside out, he would be probably better suited as playing as a left wing back. But it's up to James to try to be able to track that and be disciplined to track him.
Sinclair dances past Senderos, past Tavernier. Kenny Miller slides in, and it's out for a corner kick. Celtic's first corner. Good plays from Scott Sinclair. Yeah,
just attracting a few players towards him. Just couldn't quite get the space away from there was one challenge to just too many, but it certainly puts us in a good position with our first corner, I believe, of the game.
Well, I predicted that we'd win and Sviatchenko would get the first goal. This is the chance for the Dane to score. Sinclair fires it to the near post. It's headed clear by Kenny Miller up towards the halfway line. It's Kieran Tierney will gather this one. He's got Scott Brown in the centre of the park. Instead he switches it back to his goalkeeper, edge of the area.
It's just like a wasted opportunity when you have so many big boys in there. Just a little bit higher. That was all that was needed with that ball, but hopefully we get better opportunities as the game goes on.
Tierney, challenged there by Miller. Knocks it forward over the halfway line. Tavernier chases it back, brings it down. He's forced to play it all the way back to Ferdinand, the goalkeeper. On his right foot, he's under pressure from Dembele, but manages to clear it up to the halfway line. And that's knocked it out wide to Kenny Miller. It's knocked over the halfway line. Beaton challenges, and it's a throw-in midway inside the Celtic half in front of the north stand.
I think Beaton was wanting the defence just to push a little bit further forward there, but I think they were occupied at that time. The central defence had both Mackay and Garner through that area, so they couldn't push forward too much.
Senderos, Rogic goes to close him down, but he plays it over the top. Tierney wins the header, knocks it back. Beaton back to Tierney again. Kenny Miller goes to close it down. Tierney fires it up towards the halfway line. It's intercepted by Barton. He's dispossessed, and it's Brown over the halfway line. Drives forward. He's got Dembele ahead of him. Still Scott Brown. Brown into the box. He's blocked by Senderos. Tavernier tries to block it. And Scott Brown loses out in the end to right back, but good driving play there from the Celtic captain. The ball in the centre of the park, and eventually it's knocked to the left over the halfway line now. Lee Wallace on the overlap down the left. Touré goes to close him down. He knocks it inside to Mackay, up against Lustig, edge of the box, left hand side. Tries to fire it into the box, gets a second chance at it to Kranjčar. Kranjčar takes a shot, and it's high, it's wide, and into the Jockstein stand.
Yeah, certainly seem to be getting a couple of breaks of the ball within those there. Mackay, just swinging a ball. I don't know if it was an attempt at a cross or a shot, but it fell for Kranjčar, who had a little bit of space, but we'll take that all day long, that attempt at goal.
Brendan Rodgers just called Tom Rogic over to the sidelines there just to give a couple of instructions to the Australian midfielder. Over 15 minutes gone here, it's flown by, still goalless here, still really waiting for a clear-cut chance for either side.
Yeah, with a couple of wee half things that the ball's been played into the box, but not managed to get a good clear strike at goal. The trouble, I think both goalkeepers have not been troubled yet at all in this game.
Wallace under pressure from James Forrest, and he manages to step inside, knocks it into the box. Barton plays it back, and he just wide to the right hand post. Well, that would have been a remarkable own goal. Raised the roof, I think, at Paradise if that had gone in. To be fair, I think the last time Joey Barton played at Celtic Park, the Maestro game, I'm sure he'd be delighted to have scored for Celtic.
He'd be absolutely delighted, yeah. Nearly got his wish there, but I think that's down to the closing down of their
It was a crazy ball from Wallace.
It is, but I don't think they had any other options. Their high pressing is certainly causing them a few problems. They don't like it. They like to get the ball down, knock it about at the back, and he's certainly causing them a few problems with that. Usual centre backs and defensive midfield, they don't like that kind of passing going on, as you see.
So Kiernan just overhit that one, and it's out for a throw-in down the right hand side for Celtic, midway inside position half, and it's near Beaton. Back to Kolo Touré in front of the Celtic dugout, switches it across to his central defensive partner Eric Sviatchenko. Tierney again down the left, but it's played into the centre circle to Scott Brown, across now to Sviatchenko. He switches it left to right, looking for James Forrest again. It's a good ball. Forrest brings that one down, plays it to Rogic. First time there's three men round, but he spins past him, dances past another challenge. Good play there from Rogic. just gives it to Brown inside left channel. Brown drives forward, out wide to Tierney, edge of the box, back inside to Sinclair. Celtic, edge of the area, back to Tierney again. Certainly loved Kieran Tierney to get a goal this afternoon. But we'll take a goal
to get a goal just now, yeah, at this time. Certainly Kieran Tierney. I think the guy who unlocked the defence here is James Forrest.
Forrest curls it into the box. Tavernier has to head it out on the far side. Sinclair was behind him. Kenny Miller tries to save it, go out for a throw in, which he does, but it only goes as far as Sviatchenko. He just nudges it forward to Tierney. Back to the Dane on the halfway line. Beaton's in the centre circle, gives it to the Israeli. He takes a touch. Forrest again. It's an option wide on the right. Switch to Lustig. He'll just work it on to Forrest. They've playing to the ball. James Forrest inside now to Beaton. Across to Scott Brown. Beverman, Barr, Joe Garner behind the ball for Rangers. It's Kieran Tierney. Sinclair's come inside, gets the ball now from Scott Brown. Out wide to Tierney again. Back to Scott Brown. Celtic keeping up the possession. Threaded through to Dembele. Dembele plays it out wide to Forrest. Forrest, edge of the box. It's a chance for Forrest. Forrest up against Wallace. Still James Forrest. Knocks it back. It's Lustig with a shot. And it's blocked by the left foot of Nico Kranjčar. Well worth an effort from Lustig.
Oh yes, and I think a weeks ago he struck it very, very well, but as you say, there's just that many bodies getting back from Rangers. There's, as you say, about 10 there that was across, just about 20 yards out. The lot of bodies, very difficult to get through that, but you just need to be patient. That time will come, the opportunities will come, because somebody will switch off.
Brown fires it to Forrest, and this time Forrest flagged for offside. So danger averted.
It was another opportunity, I think, for James. If he just, I think he was onside an absolute mile. Looking at that one, I'm not sure who the fullback was. The first side was Twain on one side. He was certainly a good yard and a half one side there. So it was a shocking decision by the linesman.
Free kick on the edge of the box. It'll be Wes Fotheringham, former Swindon goalkeeper, knocks that one over the halfway line. Sviatchenko challenges, wins the header, knocks it down. It's Sinclair who picks that one up, inside to the Celtic captain. Beaton just skips past Kranjčar. Good play from Israeli. Now to Lustig. Brendan Rodgers, edge of the technical area, shouting instructions to his team. Back to Polo Toure. Lustig's there as an option again. Swedish defender. Now to Beaton on the halfway line. Fires it to the left-hand side to Tierney. He's onside. Tierney keeps that one in play right at the corner flag. Plays it back to Sinclair. It's missed by Sinclair. It's Rogic. He took it first time. Well, he probably had a bit of time to take a touch there, but good play from Kieran Tierney.
Yeah, he certainly made that ball, didn't he? A long crossfield pass, a fantastic one as it was, that Kieran was just struggling to get there, but made it, and a lovely cut back. And I thought Tom would, as you said, acres of time to take a touch. But I think that's a confidence in the man that he felt he could have taken it first time, but just send it well over the bar there. But that could have been a better opportunity, I think, with Tom taking a little touch just about the edge of the box.
Did hold a hand of apology up to the sidelines there. I think he realised, but as you say, it's maybe the confidence of thinking, if I hit this on my favoured left foot. And the ball breaks to the left hand side to Mackay, about 25 yards from the Celtic goal line. The number 10, he loses out. The ball stabbed forward. It's Rogic, takes a touch. Tierney again down the left hand side. Garner goes to close him down. Tierney plays it through for Dembele. Dembele's onside. He's into the box. It's good play from the Frenchman. Lays it back. Oh, it was just intercepted. It's Brown. Takes a touch. It's a chance to shoot. Instead, he plays it to Forrest. Forrest on his left foot. Chance is blocked again by Tavernier. Well, Rangers are certainly throwing bodies in front of the ball there when Celtic had a chance to shoot. But good play again from Celtic. It's Lustig. Back to Scott Brown. Inside to Beaton. The home side driving forward. Now is Sinclair.
I've lost count of the amount of times that the shots have been blocked just about the edge of the box, but it shows how desperate they are in terms of not being able to stop at defence. They're just throwing legs on the way and getting away with it just now.
Lustig back to the Celtic captain. Forrest out wide, knocks it to the Celtic winger. Again, he's up against Wallace. He's got Rogic inside him. Still Forrest. Forrest plays it off the Rangers captain, and it's out for a throw in a couple of yards from the corner flag.
We're certainly getting good service from the wide areas. James trying to drive and make something happen, and certainly enjoying a lot of possession.
Well, flag for offside again, and given the last decision.
Looked from here, the first shout was certainly looked as though that was certainly the right call for the linesman, but I think Michael should have just hung fire a little bit. The Rangers defender had done well and come out. to try and play it. James offside and duly obliged.
So the visitors in no great hurry to take the free kick. We've gone just over 22 minutes here at Paradise, still goalless in this Glasgow derby. Left-footed clearance from Fotheringham. Toure challenges with Garner, breaks to Beaton, and Celtic back in possession again. We've certainly enjoyed the lion's share of possession. Still wait the first goal here. Lustig knocks that one over the top, looking for Forrest. Wallace will watch this one. I don't think he'll be able to shepherd that out of play. In fact, he brings it down. He's at the corner flag, plays it down the line, but it's Lustig that intercepts, and Barton clears it into the main stand, and it's out for a throw-in about 18 yards from the Rangers goal line down the right hand side. Good play from Lustig.
That was fantastic play. He was on the front foot. You know, it was the only place that Lee Wallace, if he was getting it up the line, was going to be, and he was certainly on the front foot to not wait for the ball, trying to make it happen. So certainly on his toes was Michael Lustig.
Lustig knocks it forward, looking for Rogic. Rogic tries to turn Barton.
Oh, that's nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Rogic just showing his strength. Grant Yagan down has always been poleaxed, and he's play acting here. Absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. Supposed to be a hard man. Get up and get on with it, son.
Brendan Rodgers now giving instructions just to Scott Brown. And a free kick goes the way of the visitors. Tom Rogic just mocking the Rangers number 8. The ball's played forward to the intercepts, knocks it back over the halfway line. It's Wallace, tries to see that one out of play, and it's a throw in front of the main stand, midway inside the visitors' half.
Had a lot of joy when they have pressed them and closed them up across the defence and stopped them from getting out. They seem to be struggling and finding options, so I think that tactic should continue. Try and deny them the space at the back to get the ball down and played.
Brown intercepts, and it's out for a throw-in. And there's a Rangers player down in the Celtic half, number 7, Joe Garner, just holding his head. He's been bandaged up, but from the start he's got a headband on, so
I didn't see anything there at all. I was looking at the ball, watching the ball.
For goodness sake.
There's been a little bump between him and Lustig, and he's been down, he's always been poleaxed. Absolutely shocking.
I think you call
That's
that
twice in
I
the
think
last
you call
couple
that
of
cheating, Tom.
I would certainly call it cheating, both him and Barton going down so easily. Absolutely shocking.
Lustig with the throw-in just over the halfway line. Gives it to Dembele, brings it down, breaks back to Scott Brown, back to Lustig, and works its way back to Kolo Toure. 25 minutes gone. Sviatchenko just gets beyond Kenny Miller, gets the break of the ball. He's over the halfway line, he's got options on his left-hand side, gives it to Tierney. Tierney will just leave it for Sinclair. He goes down the left touchline. Sinclair drives forward, edge of the box, is up against Kenny Miller. He can cut onto his right foot again, rolls it across to the Celtic captain. He takes a shot and is blocked again, this time by Kranjčar. Toure's the first to react. It's knocked back towards Beaton. Gives it to Sviatchenko. Tierney's on the left-hand side. This time Beaton finds the Celtic left back. Back to Beaton again. And Sviatchenko, he's got Lustig on his right-hand side, gives it to the Swede. Back to Doris de Vries. So Celtic keeping good possession. Certainly some desperate defending when it gets up to the 18-yard line.
Well, they certainly have. They've been throwing bodies in their way. It's been effective in that manner, but it's...
I suppose that's what you want the defenders to do. You need to...
Exactly,
you
want
the ball.
And it certainly has been effective. There's countless number of attempted blocks that have been done, but I think we certainly have been patient when we do have the ball and trying to work and find that opening. And we just hit it a little bit quicker, but we're certainly enjoying the better of the possession. We're certainly dominating the territorial advantages. Not really had that one great opening yet, so hopefully that will come.
Doris de Vries on the ball, but 25 yards from his goal line. Knocks it forward, right-footed. Dembele's got a chance to bring that one down. Good play from the young Frenchman. There's two men round him. Tries to flick it past Kranjčar. Dispossessed by Mackay. Mackay to Barton. Now to Kranjčar on the left-hand side. He knocks it forward. Finds the head of Lustig, but gets the second ball. He knocks it across, looking for Kenny Miller. Knocks it back into the centre circle. Barton takes it off a toe. Senderos is under pressure from Rogic and he's dispossessed, and it's now with the Australian. Still Rogic holds off Kenny Miller, and surely he's being held off the ball there. And a free kick.
Just a little opportunity lost there. I think Tom just couldn't get the ball quite out his feet, because I think Scott Sinclair was bombing down the wing as they're taking a quick free kick.
Scott Brown out wide to Tierney down the left hand side. Dembele's through the middle. Still Tierney past Miller. Crosses it into the box, looking for it. Dembele. It's headed clear by Senderos to the edge of the box. Lustig up against Mackay. Lustig wins that ball against Wallace. Wallace gets a foot in, and it's going to be a throw in a couple of yards to the corner flag. Good play, Lustig again.
Yeah, well, you can see where both full-backs are joining in at every opportunity. It just shows the domination that we've got, but not quite finding that little bit of space. And they're in the box to get a good clean shot.
Sinclair gets the break of the ball against Windass. Gives it out to Tierney. Back inside now to the Celtic captain. Now to Sinclair down the left hand side. Every outfield player in the Celtic half at the moment. So now with Sviachenko. Forrest again hugging the right touchline. It's played across, goes beyond Touré. He leaves it for Beaton. All the way back to the Celtic goalkeeper. We're fast approaching the half-hour mark here at Celtic Park. A packed paradise, and we still await the first goal in this Premiership clash.
Yeah, it's a very tense affair so far. It's a patient affair. Certainly dominated the game, but not troubled Fodry, and that's maybe just the only slight criticism just now, is that we're maybe not troubled the goalkeeper enough.
Well, how many fouls? In fact, Kranjčar is going to be booked. Yeah, it's about 5 fouls, and he becomes the second player in Willie Collins' book for.
I certainly think he should have been booked for the tackle, was it, in Tom Rogic, but he just deliberately clipped his heels, very similar to what Neil Britton had done. But he's finally been booked. Had the referee done his job, then that should have been a red card, the second booking.
Lustig down the right hand side, he's at Forrest ahead of him. Has to get back to Beaton on the halfway line. To Scott Brown, he's closed down by Windass and knocks it all the way back to the Celtic goalkeeper in the area. Celtic fans in fine voice. And Boris de Vries starts to move the ball forward. And again, he may have to play this one long. Looking for Moussa Dembele. Kiernan wins that header. Brown flips it over his head. It comes off the back of Barton's head. It's Dembele gets the break of the ball. Still Dembele. It's a sliding challenge there. It breaks back to Kiernan, and it's not forward. Miller stabs that one towards Windass, but Kolo Touré knocks it back to the Celtic goalkeeper, edge of the 6-yard box, knocks it long again into the centre circle. Kiernan wins the header. Lustig challenges with Garner. It breaks to the left hand side, and it's Mackay shrugged off the ball by Brown. And it's Beaton knocks it over to the left hand side. Sinclair will keep this one in play just over the halfway line in front of the north stand, drives forward just over the half-hour mark. He's got Tierney ahead of him, gives it to the Celtic left back, checks his run, knocks it into the box looking for Sinclair. Sinclair knocks it across the area. Rogic just about kept that one in play. A wonderful play from Tierney and Sinclair.
Yeah, I think that was one of our most dangerous moves up the park. Found a little bit of space inside the box, across the ball from Scott Sinclair, but not ended at the end of it.
Lustig tries to deliver the ball into a dangerous area, and it's Tavernier who again heads it out wide to the left hand side. It's picked up by Kieran Tierney. Tierney into the box. Kieran Tierney, still Tierney, knocks it across the 6-yard box, is blocked and out for a corner. Good play again for the Celtic left back. In fact, it's spun over. It's still in play. Tierney, edge of the box, knocks it across into the area, and there's no one there. Well, I think everybody stopped thinking it was going out for a corner.
Yeah, I think like you. I think most of us thought that was going to go out, but not to be. Just the level of spin they kept it in. It's good pressing once again from the front lot.
Rogic, he's certainly been involved. Knocks it forward to Beaton down the inside right channel. Drives forward, edge of the box. It's the Israeli, curls it into the 6-yard box. Well, that's a dangerous ball, actually.
That's a good ball. That's a good ball. You'd want your striker to be going on the front. The defender, I think, was Senderos and or Kiernan, sorry. And it was just a lovely ball through from near Beaton, but no takers on there. One of the best crosses we've had in the game so far.
Goal kick. Was Fotheringham again. Will knock this one long, left-footed over the halfway line, looking for Garner. He challenges with Touré. Lustig knocks it back into the opposition half. Windass wins the header against Forrest, but it's knocked into the centre of the park, and it's Brown that wins the header against Barton is picked up by Dembele. Dembele inside right channel, knocks across to Rogic. Rogic gets past Senderos, who just gets a foot in. Rogic gets the break of the ball. Still Rogic on his right foot, knocks it through towards Sinclair, edge of the 6-yard box, and it comes off the goalkeeper. Corner kick. Well, Rogic, I think, took everyone by surprise at a wonderful slide pass.
Yeah, the surprise was that he brought it into his right foot, but the lovely weight of pass. Sinclair just couldn't get quite turned. Goalkeeper closed down the angle, but just trying to find a little bit more space in that box. That's what we're getting.
Celtic's
this pressure will tell.
Celtic's second corner of the first half. It's Scott Sinclair fires it to the edge of the 6-yard box. It's a chance.
Yes!
It's in the back of the net. Misha Dembele. It's 1-0.
Well, we've just said about the space we were trying to find inside the box. The weakness of the Rangers defence has been all season. They cannot defend set pieces. This time, Mr. Dembele, of all the players inside the box, inside the 6-yard box, and a free header from about 6 yards into the back of the net, and well done, Musa.
Well, the young Frenchman in this afternoon in place of the injured Lee Griffiths. Wonderful header off the left-hand post. It's his first league goal for Celtic. What a way to announce his first goal in the Glasgow derby. 32 minutes gone, and the champions are celebrating. It's 1-0 to Brendan Rodgers' side.
Yeah, certainly no more than what we deserve. The last few moments are up. Just before the goal, we were trying to create, we were getting a little bit more joy, we were creating a little bit more space within the box, and then eventually it took its toll with that effort from Moussa Dembele, and the delight on his face. I think just the smells all round Celtic Park.
Well, it was the first clear chance. It was a great delivery from Scott Sinclair from the corner. It was Celtic's second corner, and Celtic back on the attack now. It's Forrest into the box. Cuts it back, looking for Rogic, and he almost gets the break of the ball. He's swallowed by the goalkeeper, he drops it. It's cleared, it's still not cleared, eventually scrambled. And in the arms of Foderingham, who just managed to avoid it, going out for a corner kick, and Rangers are on the ropes.
Well, I think Barton has a weakness in that team in there. He wants to take too many touches on the ball, and the way we are playing today are closing down. Just can't handle it. Absolutely fantastic efforts from the boys.
Wallace down the left-hand side, knocks it forward, finds Garner. Forced back, gives it to Barton. Rogic goes to close him down, he plays it out wide to Mackay. So Brendan Rodgers' side with the breakthrough in this Glasgow derby, and it's from the head of Moussa Dembele. A sliding challenge there from Lustig. Well, I think Lustig was saying that was a dive.
I don't think Michael get any of the ball, which certainly allowed the goalkeeper, the referee to give that decision, which is in a dangerous area. If we got there, I hope we would get to the ball, Michael, but certainly a difficult one to defend with the ball. Probably, I think it'll be Crankier wanting this ball in. 10
minutes to go to half-time. Celtic with the lead here in the Glasgow derby, but they're having to defend a set-piece opportunity, and only Scott Sinclair has stayed out of the box. James Forrest, a sort of one-man wall. It's Kranjčar again with the set-piece to pull this one into the area. Plays it low to the near post. Kenny Miller picks up the loose ball, shields it, gives it back to Kranjčar. He takes a shot, it comes off the heel of Scott Brown, spins to this near side, and it's Kenny Miller who picks up the loose ball. He's dispossessed by Brown at the expense of a throw-in.
I thought the first one returned from Miller. I thought he left it a little bit late. Thought it was edging out on the park, but not to be. But good closing down from Scott. Didn't stand on his heels, made sure that Kenny Miller didn't get the time to pick across inside the box. Wallace
into the area, shrugged off the ball by Brown, and it's picked up by Dembele. He's got options to his right and left, gives it to Rogic. It's not a great ball, but Rogic wins the challenge, flicks it forward towards Forrest. Rogic picks up the loose ball again, and he's fouled by Kranjčar, and Kranjčar is one foul away, I think, from a red card, Tom. I don't think he's vicious, I just think he's not fit enough for this game.
I totally agree with you. They both of them, him and Barton in the middle of the park, certainly don't have the pace and the skill to be able to keep up with Tom Rogic. Not many people could, in terms of how he can use the ball, and as I say, if he's booked for persistent fouling, Billy Collum did that, then that's another one, so I think he's even on the borderline of being sent off here.
Less than 10 minutes to go to half-time, and it's Celtic with the lead. Celtic Park absolutely jumping, the atmosphere is incredible. And the ball all the way back to the Celtic goalkeeper. Brendan Rodgers, I think, telling James Forrest when he got that ball just to attack Wallace, because he's got the beating of him.
No, Wallace can't defend to save himself. He's not a defender, he's an attack-minded fullback, which as I said, he's better suited to being a left back because of how he loves to go on forwards, and I think you can see James exposing him, which I don't understand what Wally Collins given there. Mr. Dembele just trying to stand his ground, and he deemed it to be holding off a defender. Nonsense.
Tavernier down the right hand side, Sinclair back covering. Tavernier switches it across, but he's dispossessed, and it's Dembele over the halfway line. Forrest through the middle, knocks it through, looking for Forrest, but Kiernan, who's had a decent game, the number 4, to be fair, he intercepts again, otherwise Forrest was through on goal.
He had a decent game up until we lost Mr. Dembele for the goal.
Kranjkart knocks it to Wallace down the left hand side. Forrest is back covering. Forward now to Mackay. Mackay up against Lustig. Plays it into the box, and it's Tierney with the right foot, clears it. Wallace brings that one down the left hand side to Mackay, back to the Rangers captain. Kranjkart shrugged off the ball by Beaton.
There's another example of them not being quick enough as Kranjkart.
Well, I tell you, if Mark Warburton's watching this game, he's got to take that Croatian player off, because
he will not last the second half. No chance.
He is just too slow for this game today, and there was question marks over his fitness anyway, because he'd kind of gone out to pasture in America, but the game's passing him by, Tom.
Well, I think I'm 50 now, and I think I'd be as quick as they two playing in the middle of the park, Barton and Kranjkart. We've certainly not got the pace to live with Tom Roddick, Bitton and Brown in the middle of the park. Certainly total difference from last season's semi-final. They're certainly dominating in there.
I think he'll take Kranjkart off at half time and put somebody like Halliday on.
Yeah, I think that's a must for him, because if he continues to this thing, he won't see the end of this game, and not for the manager making a change. He should be yellow carded if he makes another challenge before half time.
He wants Celtic, well, they're dominant, to get another goal. Brown tries to flick it towards Beaton, gets a return, back to Beaton again, gives it to Forrest. Forrest skips past Mackay, Lustig knocks it through but gives it away. Forrest intercepts to Beaton. He's challenged, leaves it for Toure. Out to Lustig, Lustig left-footed over the halfway line. Kiernan wins the header back into the Celtic half. Beaton challenges with Garner. Sviatchenko wins the header. Brown again with Barton. It breaks towards Dembele. Good strength there from the young Frenchman. The ball played over the top, looking for the pace of Sinclair. He's got beyond his man. Well, it certainly was a tug there from Senderos.
I think that just put Scott Sinclair off, didn't it? Just upset his balance a little bit, or else he was through being one-on-one. I think the goalkeeper would have been taken out of play. He'd been committed, so a nice ball through for Scott Sinclair.
The ball switched left to right, but it's overhit. It's out for a throw-in in the halfway line.
You can certainly feel that the Rangers are feeling the pressure of the champions playing at full pace. They can't handle, they can't match it, and certainly the fans seem to think that with the backing they're giving the team just now.
5 minutes of the first half remaining, and it's that Moussa Dembele goal on 32 minutes, the difference between the sides. Celtic certainly been the better of the sides in this first half, and looking to add to that perhaps before half time. Toure just knocked it short to Lustig, gets a return, starts to move forward, gives it to Rogic, who's had a very good first half. He plays it forward to Forrest. Forrest breaks towards the edge of the box, Dembele's into the area, still Forrest, plays it back towards Sinclair, and it's Tavernier from almost the penalty spot, clears it out into the main stand.
I think he was trying to find Scott Sinclair in the box. What a first half James Forrest has had. He's terrorised Lee Wallace down this right hand side and putting in some very good balls.
Forrest plays it towards Lustig, edge of the box, he's challenged by Mackay. Wallace knocks it forward, Rogic gets a touch, it's played back into the area, and it's Mackay eventually gets a foot on it, plays it to Windass, who drives forward over the halfway line. Beaton needs to watch what he's doing this time, he has to leave him. Still Windass, edge of the box, and good challenge from Toure. Kranjkart gives it to Miller, edge of the box, but it's intercepted by Tierney, and Tierney just clears his lines.
What a tackle for Kolo Toure. He had to get that perfectly, or else if he's given away a penalty, he may have even been sent off, but I know that rule's changed this year, and if you make a fair attempt at the ball. But near Bitton did the right thing there, couldn't make the challenge on Windass because he was just getting away from him.
It's a chance now, Dembele, he's got Sinclair across from him, still Dembele, he's in the net! Oh, Moussa Dembele! It's absolutely glorious, the Frenchman's made it 2-0, and wonderful play from the champions!
And another weakness in the Rangers defence is the pace of the centre backs. That time Moussa Dembele breaking into the box and showed great composure to pull it back, send the goal the centre half a dummy, and great composure with an outside his right foot into the far corner. I actually thought he was going to pass it to Scott Sinclair, but that option wasn't needed as Scott Sinclair was bursting at the box to help him. Great composure, and what a game Moussa Dembele is having so far. 2 goals, he's on a hat-trick now.
Well, wonderful play from the young Frenchman with the outside of his right foot. And Moussa Dembele with his second goal, with Celtic's second goal, he left Phillips Senderos for dead and then played the ball beyond Kiernan, beyond Fotheringham and into the back of the net, and with just about 2 minutes plus added time in this first half, Celtic leading by 2 goals, and it's Moussa Dembele with both of those goals.
Oh, he has
and
to
I
take
think
his
if we
time.
get a penalty today, I think he's going to be taking it before
Yeah,
Sinclair.
I think Scott Sinclair could be missing out on this one, but Moussa just taking his time, obviously just trying to get his emotions back in check with the performance that he's put in so far today, and you can hear the crowd going and singing about Moussa Dembele. There's a wee picture there of Lee Griffiths in the stand, and Lee will be worried if he'll be able to get his starting position back, such as the form that Moussa Dembele has shown so far.
Well, he certainly grabbed his opportunity, the young Frenchman, and 2 goals in this first half have put Celtic firmly in control as the ball's played back to Fotheringham under pressure from Dembele up to the halfway line, and Kolo Toure surely was fouled there.
I think he just used him as a leverage there, did was it Garner?
And it's a chance now for Celtic again. The ball back towards Kiernan, he just gets in there ahead of Sinclair. Windass has looked lively on the ball, drives forward, knocks it out wide. Tavernier, edge of the box, knocks it across, looking for Kenny Miller, and it's into the back of the net. Well, that's poor defending from Celtic there. They've put Rangers back into the game there. Joe Garner with the goal, and Brendan Rodgers will not be happy with that.
Yeah, I think we just switched off at the back post there. Kenny Miller had pulled to the back. From being in such a comfortable position at 2-0, they're certainly back in the game, but that was their first real attempt at goal, and I think it was at Garner in the middle of the park, should have been picked up as well. That wee flick to the back post, and then in the middle of the back there, I think it was Garner reacting quicker than their centre backs.
Well, 3 goals in this first half. Well, at 2-0, you're thinking at half time, is there any way back? But it's a disappointment to have lost. It's a first chance.
It's the first attempt at goal, first decent attempt at goal. Can't get one earlier, and certainly didn't see that come. But it just shows you, if you switch off, if you don't concentrate, if you don't do your marking, then any kind of leveler team can find the back of the net.
There's going to be 1 added minute in this first half. Lustig flips it forward, it's knocked inside towards Brown, he wins the challenge against Windass, gives it to Rogic. Forward now towards Forrest, gets the break of the ball. Lustig forward now towards Dembele. The ball breaks back to Beaton forward now to Rogic. Still a chance for Celtic to make it 3. Still Rogic takes a shot, and it's just over the bar behind for a goal kick. He'll be disappointed because we know he's got a powerful left foot.
Yeah, he's seen what he was trying to do there, wasn't he? Got a little bit of break with the pass. I think he was trying to pass that. I think they're just looking back on the goal there. I think we should have just reacted a little bit quicker. I think once the ball went over our heads, we should have been turning quickly and getting back in and being goal side of Garner there. That certainly was a disappointment if we've done that. But yeah, Tom Rogic's certainly been excellent so far. He's certainly been a key player.
There is the half-time whistle, by and large dominated by Celtic. Apart from that one aberration near the end, but 2 goals from Moussa Dembele on 32 and 42 minutes. The first ahead of the second, a piece of individual brilliance, put Celtic in control. Joe Garner reduced the deficit right on the stroke of half-time, but Brendan Rodgers' side certainly firmly in control of this game. Well, no surprises, it's the same Celtic starting 11 that took that lead. So it's Doris Tafis and goals, a back four of Lustig, Toure, Sviatchenko and Tierney, headed around Brown and Beaton, and with Forrest, Rogic, and Sinclair, and up front, the man of the moment, the 2-goal hero from the first half, Moussa Dembele. So the one change so far for the visitors, and that's Andy Halliday on in the second half for Nico Kranjčar. It's going to be Celtic to get the game underway, shooting from right to left as we look from the main stand. Dembele and Rogic over the ball. The referee gets a nod from the sidelines, checks his watch, and we're underway for the second 45 minutes. It's Celtic with that lead, and as Tom said, just a slight dampener at the end of the first half, conceding that goal. Certainly looked as if Sinclair was sandwiched between Tavernier and Senderos. No foul, goal kick.
Yeah, certainly looks as though we're trying to adopt the same tactics as the first half, with closing them down, not letting them get the ball at the back.
I think I say this phrase every single game, but you know, the next goal's so important. I think if Celtic go back 2 goals in lead, I think that's all over. So
that will knock the stuffing out, or the little lift that they got at half time and getting that goal back. Certainly it would certainly put us in a very comfortable position, but as is this moment in time, hopefully we will continue to press them and not let them get out as Moussa Dembele goes to close down Senderos.
I tell you, the rest of their central defenders must be pretty hopeless, because Senderos looks as if he's toiling, if he's the best for the starting 11.
Yeah, I think they're all as old as us, aren't they, the ones that are on the bench?
And it's Forrest drives forward down the right hand side again, knocks it inside. He was looking for Rogic, it just evades him. It's picked up by Barton, knocks it forward, but Celtic back in possession, but it's knocked out of play. Throw in the halfway line in front of the north stand. 2/3 of the Celtic park pitch bathed in sunshine.
I can't believe Barton was not player of the year for the championship last season. He was an absolute howler today, and I don't think he's done too well within this game, so long may it continue.
Ball back with Kolo Toure, still in his own half, moves forward, just rolls it short to Lustig and all the way back to Doris de Vries. Into the box, the Dutchman, back again to Toure. So Celtic just in the early stages, first couple of minutes on the ball. Brown dinks it to the left hand side to the overlapping Tierney. Tierney tries to head it forward, and Tavernier gets there ahead of Sinclair. Manages to spin round, starts to move forward. He had a hand in that goal. Tierney gets there ahead of Miller. Surely a foul.
It's a foul. He's took the ball, he's getting nowhere near the ball, and Kieran can take it out the game. That's certainly a foul.
To be fair, Willie Collum was looking at the instant. If he'd seen it with the eyes in the back of his head, he might have given us a foul.
Yeah, exactly.
Celtic giving back the opposition deep in their own half. Windass rolls it back to Tavernier. This time he just knocks it high up towards the halfway line. Sviatchenko read that one, heads it back, picked up by Barton in the centre of the park, rolls it to the left hand side to Wallace. He's got Mackay inside, has to play it back to Kiernan. Halliday gets his first touch, and back to Senderos. He's under pressure from Sinclair, but manages to find Halliday again. He knocks it forward, but it's intercepted by Lustig. Gives it to Rogic. Rogic on the ball. He's done a very good first half, the Australian. It's Celtic now with beat on. Tierney on the left touchline. Cuts inside, still Kieran Tierney. Gives it to Dembele. He loses out against Kiernan. He was just waiting for the ball there. And Toure penalised.
I think it was a good foul to give away from Toure, no complaints there, but that decision, I think just taking out the game was Garner and by Toure, so certainly a good free kick. Didn't nullified the threat and the danger.
Free kick in the centre circle. Barton over the ball. He's got Halliday beside him. He's got Senderos as an option. In fact, he'll just leave it. It'll be Kiernan, former Wigan player, rolls it across to Senderos, who knocks it forward over the top. Tierney's there, he's been chased by Garner, and he just hooks it into the main stand. Throw in down the right hand side in front of the main stand, about 20 yards or so from the goal line.
Still started this second half, isn't it? Not much happening yet so far. Work our way into the second half as well.
Tavernier on the ball. Almost 5 minutes of the second half gone. The ball knocked forward. And Tierney clears it up to the halfway line. Kiernan just works it across to Wallace on the halfway line. Down the left hand side. The ball knocked towards Windass, edge of the box into the area. It's intercepted by Brown. He clears his lines. Looking for Dembele. Seemed to be nudged off the ball there by Kiernan. It's headed forward. Picked up by Rogic again. He just shrugs off Barton effortlessly. Rogic tries to knock it through towards Sinclair. Sinclair up against Tavernier. He's edged off the ball. And it's back with Fotheringham.
I think it was NFL there. I think just the strength of Tavernier getting in front of Sinclair. I think maybe Tom had just played the ball slightly earlier. I think Scott would have had a better opportunity and favourite for the ball.
Garner knocks it forward, looking for Windass. It's intercepted by Sviachenko. Plays it forward. Senderos gets there ahead of Rogic. Barton in the halfway line. Into the centre circle. Halliday knocks it forward, looking for Windass, but Lustig read that one well. Just spins round, good play there from the Swedish defender. Clears his lines up to the halfway line. Kiernan wins the header. It's picked up in the centre circle. Back onto the halfway line, down the left hand side with Wallace again. Rangers captain, out wide to Mackay. Into the centre of the park. Knocked across now to Windass. Overlapping run of Tavernier. First time cross into the box. Goes off ahead of Sviachenko. Picked up by Mackay. Mackay curls it just wide of the left hand post. The first chance falls to the visitors of the second half.
Yeah, certainly, afforded a little bit more possession. Certainly dominated the last couple of minutes. That was an effort that was very close.
It wasn't too close,
yeah,
too far away.
Yeah, it was certainly a decent effort, and thankfully it went the wrong side of the post for us. But we're just allowing Rangers just to get a little bit more possession, and hopefully we'll soon snuff that out.
Forrest tries to knock that one on, gets the break of the ball, trying to hold off Wallace. Good strength from Forrest, but he's dispossessed. And the ball switched across to the right hand side, looking for Kenny Miller. Miller brings it down, he's under pressure from Tierney, just rolls it inside to Tavernier. Back to Kenny Miller, plays a left foot shot, comes off the chest of Sviachenko, out for a throw in. Down the Celtic left hand side, midway inside the Celtic half, in front of the main stand. The Celtic fans in the main stand just obviously trying to urge the team on.
I think that goal just before half time certainly given them a huge lift. They were certainly out of the game completely just before that, but the problem started on the front foot and just affording them a little bit too much space. Maybe the closing down, the high pressing we did in the first game, the first half was maybe starting to take its toll a little bit.
Tavernier with the throw in into the centre of the park. Barton's got Wallace as an option in the left hand side, knocks it across to the captain of visitors. Plays the 1-2 with Halliday. Mackay challenged there, wins the ball into the centre of the park, knocks it across. Tierney heads it clear, picked up by Windass, but Brown gets the break of the ball. He's hauled down, and a free kick on the edge of the D. And Stuart Armstrong, so it's a very early substitution for Celtic. So Rogic off, Armstrong on.
I think possibly Tom, these efforts for his national club and the travels that he's had to do, maybe just looking a little bit leggy, and that's the reason why I think he's taking them on, bringing the fresh legs of Armstrong, and probably just a direct replacement, put them into Anturaz's position, or is it a slight tactical change? No, it looks as though Stuart Armstrong is going to take the position of Tom Rogic, and I think, certainly Stuart, I think that's the position he would prefer to play. A lot of times he played in the wide area, but I think he would prefer in that area.
Well, certainly played that to great effect at Dundee United. The ball played over the top, Sviachenko wins the header. Miller tries to chest it down, it's back down with Tierney, and all the way back to the Celtic goalkeeper at the edge of the D, side foots it towards the halfway line. Dembele chests that one down, knocks it on to Armstrong, gets his first touch. It's the Celtic substitute, still Armstrong. Gives it to Forrest, Forrest edge of the box, on his left foot, takes a shot, it's saved! Just a couple of yards out from Fotheringham, so Armstrong immediately involved.
Yeah, good impact, taking over from where Tom Rogic left off.
Well, Windass again just goes behind Beaton, who can't afford to make another challenge.
It's maybe worth thinking, maybe because of that maybe Callum McGregor to come on and replace Bitton, but then obviously Bitton's the more defensive qualities. Just for the obviously being in the position of being on a yellow card already.
Brown out wide to Lustig. Beaton out wide to Lustig again. Brown is an option, just a couple of yards inside the opposition half. Still back with Colo Toure, almost 10 minutes in the second half gone, still 2-1 to Celtic.
Can move the pass just a little bit quicker than we're doing. I know we're being a little bit patient, get a little bit of possession, which we've not really enjoyed in the second half. So hopefully we'll be able to create opportunities as it comes.
Ball played over the top, looking for Dembele. Kiernan wins the first header, but it's picked up by Armstrong. Armstrong into the box, still Stuart Armstrong, and it's a challenge from Kiernan. First corner in the second half. Well, it certainly looked like a corner kick there. I would need to see that replay again.
I don't think there's any confluence, I think, from Stuart Armstrong. He's not really said too much. He's driven by. I think Kiernan did just certainly get a good tackle.
It certainly looked like a corner from that replay.
Once again, he's facing the play and can't make the correct decision.
Senderos down the line, Tierney, it's left by him, left by Miller, and all the way back from Sviatchenko to Boris de Vries. He's got plenty of time. Almost a cagey start to the second half. I think both sides know how important the next goal is, and I think Celtic will just build back into it. And if
the Rangers midfield have got a little bit stronger, bringing Halliday on, taking off Crankier, who was a liability at times. Just couldn't get up to the pace of it, and just forcing his back a little bit. You can see that by Barton pushing forward. And not denying deeper players to get on the ball, dictate the play. Nice play from Lustig.
Drives forward into the centre circle with Brown. Brown now to Sinclair, who's come inside to Armstrong. Back now to Lustig. Good play from Celtic out wide to the right hand side. James Forrest one-on-one with Wallace. Leaves it for Armstrong. Armstrong. Edge of the box still, Stuart Armstrong just runs into too many blue shots. The ball spins back to the halfway line. But it's a late challenge there from Garner on near Beaton. Well, that looked like a reckless challenge by the number 7, and Beaton certainly looked hot there.
Well, I certainly watched the game at Kilmarnock, and I think Garner doing a late thing. He's got a total disregard for player safety. There's absolutely no chance he was getting that ball. He just come in and just came through bitten, so I certainly think that was very dangerous play from Garner.
So the referee stopped the play, certainly a free kick to Celtic.
I'm not sure how severely hurt both are, but hopefully they will be able to continue. Garner's got up, Bitten still down on the ground just now.
Beaton certainly looks as if he came off worse than that.
It certainly would have been, because I think it was the weight of Garner going through the follow through of Bitten. So if there was any damage, it certainly would have been to the legs of Bitten rather than the body of Garner.
So Beaton back on his feet, thankfully. And both players who received treatment there will have to go to the sideline.
Well, I'm just saying that Garner didn't know he was going to stay on the park, but he's just drifting off now. He's been told by what they call him. And surely this is our ball. They're going to give it the ball back to us.
Well, certainly, that's a free kick to Celtic. I think that's incredible that wasn't a foul.
That's stunning that we had possession. Shows the quality of that football club, though. We're giving the possession back.
Ball played over the top, and an easy one in the end for Boris de Vries. We're approaching the hour mark. Still Celtic leading by those 2 first half goals. Moussa Dembele 2-1. Drew Cameron reduced the deficit on the stroke of half time. Toure plays that ball forward. Forrest gets beyond Wallace. It's a Celtic on the attack now. James Forrest curls it into the box, and it's an easy one in the end by Fotheringham.
I think a wee pull back there. I think Stuart Armstrong was at the edge of the box, and he just lifted his head a little bit. Decent ball that it was into the box. Oh, that was a punch.
Well, I don't think it was a foul, to be honest.
I'm sure he's had an attempted swipe at Sviatchenko. And he's trying to defend himself by saying that he was stamped on. How can that happen if Sviatchenko's lying on the ground? He should be off here. He should be red carded.
Well, think Joe Garner's a lucky man, because he certainly overreacted to that. I think he just fell down, to be honest.
His hands pushed there from Garner.
But somehow free kick given to the visitors just over the halfway line. Tavernier under pressure from Sinclair. He scored 3 goals in his first 3 league games. Foderingham just manages to clear it under pressure. It's knocked on by Wallace. Lustig on the touchline, hooks it back over the halfway line. Kearney cushions his header down but only finds Brown. It's now with Armstrong. Lustig forward towards Dembele. Back to Lustig again. Forward to Armstrong with a bit of space into the centre of the park to Dembele. Dembele 25 yards from goal. Knocks it through. It's a chance for Sinclair. It's a goal! Scores Sinclair! It's 3-1! He shoots, he scores!
What a play! A pass from Moussa Dembele to Scott Sinclair. Dragged down the 2 Rangers players. I thought he was going to pass it to Kieran Tierney, who was busting a gut to try and help him, but he slipped it to Scott Sinclair. And what a lovely finish of Scott Sinclair, a side foot into the back of the net to give us that 2-goal cushion. Absolutely fabulous.
What a ball from Dembele. Sinclair onside, he plays it off the post. He's played 4 league games for Celtic. He scored 4 league goals for Celtic. What a signing. And Celtic restore that 2-goal lead. And it's really going to be very difficult now for the visitors to come back after that.
Yeah, well, certainly they gave it as good as they could in that first period, the last first 10 minutes of the second half. Now you see the class and the quality of finishing that we have at our disposal now. Moussa Dembele showed it the first half. He had a couple there. Then Scott Sinclair continue his great form in front of goal, and just the superiority in front of goals is starting to show.
Well, Moussa Dembele, he's scored 2, he's created 1. He's had a great game this afternoon, and Scott Sinclair, a remarkable run of scoring form in the league. Senderos fouled there, knocks it long. Sviatchenko knocks it to Tierney, and all the way back to Doris de Vries. And certainly, I think probably the example of the first half where we lost that late goal, I'm sure Scott Brown will be saying to the defence, just stand firm, we don't want to concede another one.
Well, now the next goal is, and he was deliberately taken out the play there by Senderos. I think he was completely coming through. I think he felt a little bit aggrieved there. I think Dembele just had a little push on him earlier, and thankfully the referee seen that.
Well, there's going to be 2 substitutions for Celtic. Patrick Roberts is going to come on, and for Rangers, Martin Waghorn. So Kenny Miller comes off, and Martin Waghorn, he's just making his return. He got injured in the opening league day of the season, pulled his hamstring, so he's a dangerous goal scorer, the number 33. And Patrick Roberts will come on for James Forrest. So James Forrest has had an excellent game, and the pressure won't be relieved for Lee Wallace, because now he has to face Patrick Roberts.
That's what you wouldn't want to see if you're a full back who's had a torrid time in that area with James Forrest roasting Lee Wallace. Now it's the turn of Patrick Roberts in the form that he's been in. Glad to see him back and hopefully fit, and I'm sure that will just continue that domination, that power play down that side.
Lustig dispossessed there by Mackay, spins over on the far side. It should be a throw into Celtic on the halfway line, but Patrick Roberts, you just know in these big games, Tom, that he'll just want to cut inside and smash the ball into the back of the net, as he does.
Well, that creates its problem for the defender. He said, James Forrest would want to go to the outside. This time Patrick Roberts will want to come into the inside, and especially with that, he has the pace to get by Lee Wallace.
Armstrong picks the bottle up. Walk to the left hand side to Tierney. Knocks it forward towards Sinclair. Up against Senderos. Gets a foot in. It certainly looks as if Senderos got the last touch there. But a throw in to the visitors about 20 yards from their own goal line down the right hand side. So Celtic now with a 3-1 lead. 2 goals from Moussa Dembele, 1 from Scott Sinclair. And you feel there's more goals in this Celtic side before the end of the game?
Yeah, I certainly hope so. As I say, the next goal is that one. It's the important one. That was nice to get that little cushion. If we don't get it, then that will be the game certainly finished. You can't see this team the way that the Rangers have played to be able to come and create the opportunities that they need to get back into this game.
How can that be a foul? Because Dembele jumps for it and Senderos doesn't do anything.
I know. Stunning.
on, gets his first touch, knocks it forward. Tierney plays the ball through the middle. Kiernan brings that one down and rolls it all the way back to Fotheringham, beaten 3 times already this afternoon. So Celtic at the moment in control of the game, heading towards the 4th consecutive league win of the season. Roberts challenges with Wallace. The ball back with Senderos, edge of the box. Brendan Rodgers continuing to shout instructions. He certainly sees his team in a winning position at the moment. Won't want to see any chance of that being put in jeopardy as Sviatchenko plays the ball into the main stand.
Yeah, good defending. Had to clear the ball, couldn't let it go over the top of him because I think it was Windass was coming in behind him, and just did the right thing, put the ball in the stand. That'll be safe there.
Well, Scott Brown looks as if he's got a wee knock. The ball knocked from Halliday, and surely that's a goal kick.
I think he's just feeling his right calf as Scott Brown. Hopefully that won't trouble him too much. But obviously we do have players on the bench who can come on for that role. There's not a name of Callum McGregor, who I think would be ideal if that's the case. But knowing Scott, he'll want to come off in a game like this.
Goal kick to Celtic as the Celtic fans start to do the huddle. Always a wonderful sight
Superb,
here.
isn't it? Absolutely superb. A wonderful sight. Once the whole stadium starts to go. Certainly fans will certainly appreciate that, and players will certainly appreciate it.
Armstrong down the right hand side, he's got Roberts inside. It's now with Brown. Well, Celtic in control of this game, and the Celtic fans enjoying this. The wonderful sight of the Celtic fans doing the huddle. 21 minutes of the second half going. Scott Brown,
give me a minute, Paul. I want to join in this huddle.
I think we'd be about the only two in the press box, Tom, to be honest. Roberts up against Wallace down the right hand side, cuts inside past Barton, nudges it on towards Dembele, goes for the return. Just a slight slap pass there. Lustig challenges of Mackay. Lustig moving forward. Dembele is challenged there for Kiernan. Surely that's a foul straight into the back of the Frenchman, and that has got to be a booking given what the yellow cards that have been brandished in the game so far from Willie
no
Collum.
attempt to play the ball. Mr. Dembele was in front of him.
I think Kiernan's just stayed down because he knows it's a bad
it's
tackle.
one of the ones, trying to kid on the referee that there was a clash, but you could see it here that Mr. Dembele in front of him. No attempt at the ball. Certainly should have been a free kick. I think he might have flung one in here now. Tierney's asked for the... quite rightly getting booked.
If he's got booked, but also if he's got treatment, he's going to have to go off. So that's one defender down for a set piece.
And certainly one of their taller men in there that would help them for a set piece. But I don't think we're putting their big men forward. But it still puts them down one in numbers. If we're going to sort of keep possession and keep it. The only option in there at this moment in time is Moussa Dembele.
The ball played into the box, there's no one there. It's a wasted free kick.
I find that very strange, that free kick put in the box, and it was only Moussa Dembele that was in there. I think with them being a man down, I think we should have kept the ball, kept possession, get bodies forward, and keep possession with Kiernan just not looking as though he's coming on.
Yeah, it looks as if he's obviously taken a knock where he was, but Halliday almost dispossessed there by Beaton, so Rangers temporarily down to 10 men, losing by 3-1. The ball's played back towards Fotheringham, edge of the 6-yard box. He clears it over on the far side, so Kiernan limping quite badly, and he is going to have to come off. I see the physio on the far side, Tom signalling, so Rangers going to have to make a change in that central defence with Kiernan, who's, I think he's an okay game. He's certainly the last line of defence.
Yeah, I think it'll be the guy as old as us that's going to come on, is it not? Quinn Hill?
Dembele skips past Tavernier, he's into the box, it's a chance. And he comes flashing into Senderos. Tavernier manages to stop that going out for a corner. It's Waghorn. He's dispossessed by Kieran Tierney. So a change. Well,
it's not quite yet. No, I just
I thought for a minute.
Well, they're thinking about it.
For a minute, Mark Warburton was talking about bringing Davy Weir on.
Well, they're thinking that, but the player's not coming on about the same age as David. But they're maybe trying to say, obviously they've got to think and contemplate about trying to get back into this game as well. So they're maybe trying to go 3 at the back, possibly, and put an extra man in midfield. Might be an option, because I think if you bring on If Chris Boyd can outrun you, then what trouble are you going to have here?
Roberts dances forward, past another challenge, just a chance, shapes to shoot. Instead holds off his man, still Patrick Roberts. Still Patrick Roberts, and surely he's fouled. Well, the ball out of play, and it's a throw into Celtic.
That's a Celtic throw, come on!
Well, no wonder Brendan Rodgers clapping there. Willie Collum.
An ironic clap to the referee.
Absolutely. Well, there's a linesman that should be able to see that.
Yeah, we've seen it here. It's come off the heel of, was it Tavernier or Wacon that...
It was Wacon, he just knocked out a play himself.
Yeah.
Well, at the moment, Rangers still down to 10 men.
They're taking a time of substitution, are they not? Shows you how desperate they are in terms of what they don't know what to do.
Armstrong, edge of the box, still Stuart Armstrong back out wide to Patrick Roberts, edge of the box. Celtic going for a fourth goal. Still Roberts. Back now to Lustig. Lustig curls it into the area. It's headed out. Picked up by Wycombe. So at the moment, Rangers wait to make another change, and it's going to be Harry Forrester to come on. So I'm not sure who they're going to put in the central defence. It may be that they do go three at the back. They are losing again at the moment. The ball curled to the far side, and Tierney will see this one out of play. So Harry Forrester, he's had 2 league goals against the D in Motherwell, so he comes on. Rob Kiernan comes off.
I think that's putting Joey Barton back as the defender.
Unless they play Lee Wallace in the central defence.
But this is obviously because they do have to go for it, which will hopefully play into our hands. With them wanting to try and come and create some opportunities, we might get a wee bit of space, but I think Wallace, Senderos and Tavernier will be the 3 at the back for the Rangers.
Goal kick to Celtic. Doris de Vries will take this one, so we shall see. It doesn't moment, it looks as if it's Tavernier, Senderos, and he looked shaken off with a man alongside him. I'm not sure if 3 at the back is going to help the Swiss defender. Well, he wins that header, and he's giving it to Peter, and he works on to Armstrong, who's looked lively since he's come on. He drives forward. Still Armstrong takes a shot. Oh, it's a one-handed save. It breaks to Sinclair. Sinclair is saved at the near post, but he's flagged for offside. Wonderful play there.
I think before I get overly excited, I normally have a wee look at the linesman, but I think that was a correct decision.
I think Celtic are going to make another substitution. I have a feeling Scott Brown might be the man to come off, actually, because he did signal that he's taking a wee knock and he's gone down.
Well, I think it's that one that says, I think he was feeling his right calf, and we know this is serious because Scott Brown would not want to come off in any game, let alone this game, and certainly the form that he showed. So I think this could spell the end of Scott Brown's game.
So Callum McGregor about to come on. So Celtic close to making it 4-1, and Scott Brown, I don't think will take any further part in this game, which will be a blow. He's had a great game as always, the Celtic captain, but Celtic at the moment leading by 3 goals to 1, Dembele with 2, Scott Sinclair with 1.
Stuart Armstrong, I think, has come on and took the place of Tom Rogic. Not got the same skill obviously, but he's got drive and determination, and he's certainly causing a few problems. I suppose maybe playing a position where he's far more comfortable. He certainly likes that role. I think he was signed as a role, but with just too many players that played that position. Now he's getting in there, and it's good to see him playing never so well and creating things and being dominant.
So Scott Brown goes off to be replaced by Callum McGregor, so certainly hope he'll shrug off that injury for Tuesday night, a big game on Tuesday.
I think he's calf here. I think he might struggle if he's to come off in this game, but hopefully it's just a precautionary thing that Scott's coming off for, that it's not too serious, because obviously the importance of Scott, we're captain, and we're engine in that middle of the park. So hopefully that it's just a precautionary reason why he's coming off.
So Callum McGregor will take his place in the central midfield. So we have about 16 minutes plus added time in this game, and Celtic leading by 3 goals to 1. Senderos, well, that's a handball, he must be off.
Yeah, he knows it.
Well, second yellow, and Rangers down to 10, and they've lost another central defender. Well, he's had a catastrophic debut, to be honest, and it has just gone from bad to worse. Rangers losing by 3 goals to 1, they're now down to 10 men. Well, if I've got any substitutes to make, I think Davy Weir is coming on, Tom, because there's no other central defender there, and this could be the chance for Celtic.
They have used all their substitutes, have they?
I think they have. That was, you think from a player of that experience to do that.
That's stunning, isn't it? But, you can see why they were delaying. They're trying to side him when he came. Maybe he's done that in training, and I think they were left with the last choice at the last moment.
Well, I think.
But this hopefully will get some more goals and make it a far more comfortable position. 15
minutes to go. Celtic leading by 3 goals to 1. The visitors down to 10 men. Can Near Beaton put this ball in the back of the net and make it 4? He steps forward. He fires it over. Well, wasn't really troubling West Foderingham, but I imagine it's going to be damage limitation now for the visitors.
It's got to be. I don't know how they're going to play it now. I think they haven't a clue. I think Joey Barton possibly going to make it being the third centre back at the back there, which
you wouldn't bet against him getting sent off, because again he'll not have the pace to cope with
Dembele, Roberts, Sinclair in the middle driving through there. Hopefully he can fill their boots.
So far so good for Brendan Rodgers' side, but I'm sure he would like to see more goals before the end of the game. But another 3 points, looking as if they're staying here at Fortress Paradise. Celtic with 3 wins out of the first 3 games. Of course, we've got that game in hand, another Glasgow derby against Partick Thistle here still to play. Callum McGregor as well, and you know, we've got the man advantage. He's such a good player to have in the middle of the park because he can put his foot in the ball. Well, keep possession.
He's just slightly more attack-minded option. I thought maybe Near Beaton would be that man that would go sit there, but I think Brendan wants the 2 sitting midfielders, especially the position we're sitting in just now, that they want to keep the possession. The game's won at this moment in time if we don't do anything silly, so we've got to keep trying to play the same manner, keep possession, but hope for those opportunities will come.
Well, Celtic supporters this afternoon have been in fine voice, and I'm sure whenever you're watching it on Celtic TV in the world, you're enjoying this game as well. Celtic in absolute control of this game, as they have been for most of it, and Patrick Roberts would certainly like to score. He's dispossessed this time by Barry Mackay. He drives forward down the left hand side, and he's fouled there by Lustig. The ball ends up in the north stand, and it's a free kick down the left hand side.
Davy Weir into the side, absolutely nonsense coming from that, absolutely nothing in it. I just thought he fell down, did Mackay, and then went for a little rest.
Can Celtic get another couple of goals before the end? And Celtic Park is absolutely jumping here.
I think that
little standing area has had a permanent Irish trickle out of colour. It's a great sight, and Davy Weir has been sent off from the dugout.
And I think it was a nonsense shout. The referee had seen the situation, he gave a foul, and that's what it was. But I think he just felt aggrieved, but he loved moaning when he was a player, did David?
A second sending off for the visitors. This time it's their assistant manager, Davy Weir. So Barton knocks it forward. It's picked up by Beaton. It's now with Armstrong. Armstrong knocks it through to Sinclair. Sinclair up against Tavernier. Plays it forward to Dembele. It's a left-footed chance, and it's saved by the foot of Foderingham, who's standing between Rangers and an absolute thumping. But it's a corner to Celtic.
I think it probably been better suited trying to go across Foderingham there, because Stuart Armstrong was busting a gut to try and get in and join in the attack. So I think they probably went across. Maybe he was trying to give the goalkeeper the eyes and put it into the near post, but Foderingham stood up well.
Well, interesting. Toure and Sviatchenkov stayed back. Toure starts to make his way forward. The ball knocked into the 6-yard box. It's easily caught in the end by Foderingham. He's had a couple of good saves to deny, most recently Stuart Armstrong, and of course Dembele the chance of a hat-trick. But you wouldn't bet against the Frenchman getting his 3rd goal before the end of the game.
They certainly have gone. They're not posing a threat with 10 men, which I think you'd expect, and in the manner that we're playing and the possession that we're having, you can only see one outcome here, and that would be more goals for Celtic.
Roberts down the right hand side again. We know he can cut inside, we know what he can do, and so does the visitors. This time he plays the ball into McGregor to Beaton. Celtic using that one-man advantage to great effect, although to be fair we were dominant in the game when it was 11 against 11. The ball breaks to Roberts, edge of the box, a chance to shoot. It's low, it's wide, and it's a goal kick, and we have just over 10 minutes to go here in Celtic Park, and Celtic leading the Glasgow Derby by 3 goals to 1.
They're completely gone. They've just shown no sort of nonsense. It's nonsense.
What was that for?
Challenge. Nothing. Mackay got away from Roberts, and Tom decided to invoke them. But he just didn't quite get that effort at goal there as Patrick Roberts. Certainly driving in where you like to see him, driving into the middle of the park. The goal opened up for him, but just tugged it a little bit.
Wallace switches it across to Barton, who's now playing central defence, out to Tavernier. Played it back towards Halliday, he's under pressure from Armstrong and manages to find it to Windass down the left-hand side. McGregor goes to close him down. Forrester intercepted. Well, somebody needs to go for that one. Everybody just watching it, the ball played over the top. That's easy for Doris de Vries.
They look a beaten team, a well-beaten team at this moment in time. How do the Rangers look?
Toure starts to move forward. I think the Celtic fans are wanting the team to go on and score another couple.
It's much like the game 2 seasons ago in the semi-final where we were in such a comfortable position. Players, supporters want us to go score more goals and humiliate them in that manner. But from the team, the manager, they would rather see us keep possession and don't allow them any opportunities.
Sinclair, edge of the box, up against Tavernier, plays it first time to the far side. It's cleared by Mackay. Halliday picks it up on the edge of the box. McGregor dispossesses them, it's into the box. Armstrong takes a shot, offside. And it's saved, but he's flagged for offside.
I keep telling you, Paul, just have a wee look at the linesman on the far side. You're getting excited there. That's my first instinct.
Good play from Callum McGregor.
I think if he'd have left it for Callum McGregor, Kieran certainly wasn't us, he closed it down. I'm not sure if he'd have got there before the goalkeeper, but just that, when a ball falls to you inside the box, you think you don't see the bigger picture of being offside, you just want to have the glory of getting the ball in the back of the net.
Waghorn up against Tierney. Tierney does well, gives it to Sviatchenko. Just clears his lines, it's out for a throw in on this near side, 8 minutes to go. Celtic leading by 3 goals to 1. Ball played back to Halliday. He's closed down by McGregor, plays it forward. Tierney heads it clear, picked up by Armstrong. He knocks it forward looking for Roberts. Roberts to McGregor. He's got Lustig on the overlap, and Celtic, Lustig now wearing the captain's armband, drives forward. He's got Dembele on the left hand side. Dinks it across looking for the Frenchman. It's a chance for his hat-trick.
Yeah!
He scored! He's a hat-trick hero! Moussa Dembele won the goal! Celtic 4! Rangers 1!
Oh, and we can Celtic score a few more goals before the end of the game here so far. Our team is completely gone, and what a finish from Moussa Dembele. Great find from Michael Lustig, floated over the top of Joey Barton, and had all the space and the time in the world to pick his spot in the back of the goal. Absolutely fabulous for Moussa, hat-trick hero.
Moussa Dembele this time is booked. He's picked up a hat-trick, the match ball, 1 assist, a yellow card. He's got to be man of the match this afternoon.
I think it's a difficult choice today. I'm absolutely delighted that I had predicted 3-1 to the Hoops, and I'm absolutely delighted that I've got it wrong with Moussa Kearney's hat-trick. Well done, Moussa.
We have about 6 minutes plus added time, and Celtic leading by 4 goals to 1. A hat-trick from Moussa Dembele. Well, he's in the team this afternoon in place of injured Lee Griffiths, and my goodness, what a way to stake a claim for a place there with a hat-trick in a Glasgow derby. And a wonderful finish. I'm not sure if the scoring is finished yet either.
No, if we want to score more goals, we will get more goals. Hopefully we have the intensity to keep going. because they have completely shot. They have got no energy left. Their heads are deflated, and you know, with the extra man advantage, they just can't get out. So hopefully they'll go and keep that pace up, that intensity up, and we'll go and put a show on for those great fans that are giving us a get back into the.
Tavernier is under pressure from Sinclair, has to play it back to Barton. Down the line now to Windass. He's on back, trying to close down. Waghorn comes in off that touchline, he's trapped by Tierney. Tavernier, he's under pressure from Armstrong. Rangers are down to 10 men. Senderos sent off for a second yellow as Forrester fires it forward. It's gone.
Bittingen down.
Near Beaton. It's now gone down. I'm not sure if it's cramped. Kieran Tierney been called over to Brendan Rodgers.
I think obviously Neil Britain playing away in the European international scene as well, that there's just a little reaction to that. He's done a lot of power, a lot of running today, power of running, and hopefully he will be okay to continue. Actually, it's both, either hamstrings or calves that he's feeling. Hopefully the referee plays on the correct an appropriate amount of injury time at the end of the game.
So the referee wanting Doris De Vries to start the game is Neil Beaton, is back on his feet.
I would slightly change it then, maybe slightly tactical. Hopefully it's okay that if he's suffering from any cramp at all, when the position's playing as a sitting midfielder, maybe let him swap that with Stuart Armstrong, maybe play Burton further up in case he's not got the legs to get back at any attacks that come away.
Patrick Hero on the ball. McGregor dips it over to the far side looking for Patrick Roberts. Roberts brings that one down. Can Celtic get a fifth goal here? Mackay gets a foot in.
I think Mackay's been their best defender today.
McGregor up against Mackay. Skips past the challenge. Done well since he's come on, Callum McGregor. So we are inside the last 5 minutes, about 3.5 minutes plus added time. Celtic leading by 4 goals to 1. That was the score the last time we played here, when we played our nearest challengers, Aberdeen. Tierney on the ball. Back now to Eric Sviatchenko. Tierney almost on the halfway line. Down the line to Dembele. Back pulls it forward looking for Sinclair. Celtic looking for the throw in. So for a throw in to the visitors in front of the main stand. Celtic Park absolutely jubilant. The ball knocked over to the left hand side to Wallace. Just gets in there ahead of Roberts. Sinclair goes to close down Barton. It's now with Tavernier. Forward. Looks to Halliday. He's over the halfway line. Dembele's back chasing. Ball's knocked through. And it's Toure gets there ahead of Forrester. And that was certainly a foul, although Toure read it well. Comfortable.
Did ever so well there, didn't he? Read the situation, knew Forrester was coming in with a challenge. A little wee trick, dragging the ball away.
I think he saved Forrester getting a yellow card, to be fair.
Certainly an attempt to play the man and not the ball there, so well done for Toure, just getting up and down it.
Sviatchenko on the ball. Inside the last 2 minutes, just gives it back to Doris De Vries. Celtic fans enjoying this game this afternoon. Dembele hat-trick. Knocked forward towards Lustig. Heads it down to Toure. And Celtic have so much time and space. They have dominated this game this afternoon.
But for a little period just at the start of the second half, it has been complete domination. Went to sleep just for a moment at the goal. But for the most part, the man has been absolutely delighted with the level on show today. It has been complete domination, and we're obviously getting the goals, and that's without the terrific finisher in Lee Griffiths.
Throw in to the visitors. 3 yards inside the Celtic half, down the right hand side, back to Barton, who's had to take up position in a 3-man central defence after the sending off of Philippe Senderos. Mackay up against Lustig, knocks it forward. Toure this time just clears his lines. Well inside the last 30 seconds. We just wait for the fourth official. Maybe 3 minutes or so, because there's been a couple of injuries.
Sending off, substitutions. Said at least 3, possibly 4. We want to see what the fourth official puts up.
Wallace back to his goalkeeper, beaten 4 times this afternoon. Knocks it forward, Lustig will win that header. Knocks it down, finds Patrick Roberts. Can Celtic get another goal in added time? There's 3 added minutes, and Roberts skies it high, wide, into the stands. So Celtic dominant this afternoon.
The minimum amount added. I thought there could have been more with the amount of substitutions and the sending off injury time. So we'll take that. Hopefully there will be time for a 5-star performance for another goal, if we can get that. But we want the crowd to give the ball back. We want to see more goals. If somebody wants a souvenir, I think, within the stand.
Well, I said at the start we wanted to play it by playing football, pure, beautiful, eventful football. Of course, Jockstein's side, Stevie Chalmers scored a league hat-trick in January 1966 in a Glasgow derby. Celtic won 5-1 this afternoon. Also, Dembele scored a hat-trick. So far it's 4-1, but you never know.
I think the team quite right there. Keep the ball, keep possession. The game is won, the game is dusted. You don't want to put yourself in a position where you may get an injury or something happens to you. As long as we yourselves with the commentator's curse there, but yeah, we want to keep possession. If another opportunity opens up, fine, so be it.
Tierney down the left-hand side. Celtic still pushing forward now with Sinclair already scored the third goal this afternoon. Tierney's forward, he's into the box. It's Tierney, plays it across. It's a chance for Armstrong for 5.
Yes!
The famous 5. Stuart Armstrong. What an absolute fantastic performance. 5-1.
Well, I told you there was still time for a goal to make it a 5-star performance, and certainly Stuart Armstrong delivered. Great help from Kieran Tierney on the left-hand side, overlapped for the little pass. I think it was Scott Sinclair, and a beautiful pullback. Just too many bodies in there for the Rangers defence, and lovely finish from Stuart Armstrong across the goalkeeper. Absolutely no chance.
Well, he's done well since he's come on. Stuart Armstrong, a wonderful finish. We've still got about 60 seconds of added time. We could get another one.
I don't know what kind of song you'll play for that, for the 6th one, but we certainly hope we do. But we'll certainly be delighted and happy with the level that we've got on show just now. It's certainly a team, a champion team that's putting a young upstart in their place.
Well, Celtic have delivered a football lesson this afternoon. A hat-trick from Dembele, 1 from Sinclair, 1 from Stuart Armstrong. And it's been a wonderful start to the weekend. 100% record for Brendan Rodgers in the league, 4 wins out of 4. 15 goals in 4 games now. Leading by 5 goals to 1. The ball's knocked over the top for Wycombe, surely offside. And a save from Doris de Vries. And there is a full-time whistle, and Celtic with an absolutely commanding 5-1 victory. Dominant, well deserved, easy.
Yeah, as I say, a 5-star performance from the team. Domination for the full 90 minutes, but for 5. With the start of the second half, the Rangers get a little lift at the end of the first half and scored a goal. They then came out and tried to give it a little bit, but we were just still too strong. And I says at the start, I think we would dominate the game. The only problem would have been, just if we'd have taken our chances. Obviously in the absence of Lee Griffiths, but Moussa Dembele stepped up to the plate. He's got the goals and a hat-trick, and given Brendan Rodgers a headache of who to play in that second position. We now know there was certainly a competition for Lee Griffiths as Moussa gets carrying the match ball. So absolutely delighted with the level of performance. Not much wrong, but for a little lapse in concentration to goal. the rest of it was sparkling. It was certainly invented. It was certainly full of flair and full of clinical finishing. And yeah, there was only one winner today, and that was the champions.
Near, thanks for joining us on Celtic TV. Can you sum up your thoughts after the 90 minutes that have just gone before?
Oh, to be honest, no. One of the best days in my life. We were looking for this game long time, and we are very happy.
Personally for you, you had to be very disciplined. You'd picked up a card early in the game, and it was a very professional performance from yourself and your teammates thereafter.
Yeah, the yellow card, I needed to take it for the team. The guy just ran for counter-attack, and it was too early, and I couldn't let him go too easy to the back four, and I took it for the team. But then like you said, I was disciplined, and I tried to watch myself, and I'm happy that I did it.
And a special mention for the fans this afternoon. It must have been quite an incredible atmosphere to play in.
Before I came here, before 3 years, I heard a lot about the fans, the Celtic fans. I can't describe it. It's one of the best atmosphere I played in, and it's just I'm proud to be part of this club.
We started very strong. Obviously, the gaffer before he got us very prepared, and we went out there very confident, as we should be. That was a great performance.
And I have to say, your timing and introduction into the match did seem to make quite a significant difference in really seeing it out and putting it to bed.
Oh yeah, I mean the game was obviously getting away from them at the time, and my fresh legs came on. It wasn't as good as I was supposed to be, but that happens. I'm just coming back from injury, so should be sharp in the next few weeks.
Yeah, it was good, really good. Atmosphere was special, and not going to forget today for a long time.
And it seemed as if, the fans were driving us on from the beginning, but there were periods of the game where we had to dig in and keep our shape. Looked as if we did that very well, and then you really came into your own in the second half of that first half.
Yeah, I think we started off maybe a little bit slow, but we got into the game, and I think the way we play as a team and our structure, we proved today that we're a better team, and it's just exciting for the fans. It was special, and as I said, we just enjoy it now and move on. We've got big games coming up.
And I know that there's a significant time difference, but will there be a few parties back home?
Yeah, that's it. I know a lot of family and friends watching, so they'll be happy, and hopefully they'll enjoy it too.
A lot of build up to the game. What was all the fuss?
It was a good game for us. Obviously, we went out there and performed really well. As you see, great result, 5 goals, and no better way to do it really.
And you come on and had a calming influence later on the game, and it would be fair to say that everybody played their part this afternoon.
Yeah, 100%. Great team effort. The boys that come on, obviously, Stu comes on and scores as well, so excellent for all the boys to be involved in great victory again. And
Michael, a word for the boys at the back, very well organised throughout the game.
Yeah, I think so. Of course, they got the 1 goal just before half time, and maybe they got one more chance in the whole game, so that's a decent performance.
Yeah, it was brilliant. Obviously, last time we played didn't turn out as good, but today was just the best shown so far.
And since that last game, obviously, this is your first experience of Celtic against Rangers here at Celtic Park. You're a massive Celtic fan. How easy was it to distance yourself from that for the 90 minutes?
Yeah, it was obviously hard. The atmosphere was brilliant. Just been in the crowd so many times, and I know what it's like, but today it was brilliant for me.
Fair to say there'll be a big party in the Tierney house tonight?
I think so. All the family were there, like that every week, so they'll be proud of Sponge for me.
Yeah, I thought we were clearly the dominant team in the game. I thought our intensity in the game was very, very good. Clinical we were in crucial moments of the game. So absolutely delighted with the result and the performance. Brilliant result. Delighted for the supporters, because it's a derby game. Is all about giving the supporters a good feeling, and they'll hopefully feel proud of that.
And have you experienced an atmosphere quite like that before?
No, it is a unique derby. I've been involved in a number of them, but today it was incredible, and it felt really good. Obviously, being a supporter as well.
Mutsa, wow, perfect hat trick, head, right foot, left foot. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel great. I feel happy, and we got the 3 points. I score a hat trick, and I give an assist, and it's like a perfect afternoon for us, and to score a hat trick in your first Old Firm derby, and obviously my first professional hat trick as well. So yeah, everything is like a dream.
And how did you enjoy sharing that hat-trick moment with the fans?
Yeah, the fans since I come here, they've always been good to me and good to all of us. I was expecting that for them, and when I score, I'm just happy for myself and for them as well, because they have always been behind me, and yeah, I can just thank them every day I'm on the field and I score.
Will you keep a hold of that match ball? You thoroughly deserve it. Congratulations, mister.
Thank you.